Now, next this evening, the family of a 10-year-old boy with autism and other complex behaviour who hasn't been to school for 2 years say they feel utterly let down. Joshua Lee shows traits some experts call pathological demand avoidance. It means that simple everyday requests can lead to a meltdown, which makes going to school very challenging. Leeds City Council says they are committed to working in partnership with parents and in the best interests of children. Our health correspondent Jamie Coulson has the story.
1 minute you can just be acting really nice, being really nice, and once someone say no, all hell breaks loose.
Oh, let's walk to the park now then.
No. We'll do the walk and then the next one we'll do the run.
No.
10-year-old Joshua has a diagnosis of autism, but he also displays traits and behaviours that some experts refer to as pathological demand avoidance. It means that everyday demands like going to school or being told to put a coat on can cause extreme anxiety.
One day you can be loving, caring, helping. The next day it can be, ripping things off the wall, smashing things up.
It looks like they're doing it on purpose and they're labelled naughty, but they can't help how they're feeling. So we've got £25 plus £75.
Joshua hasn't been in formal education now for 2 years, and even before that his learning was disrupted and inconsistent. He was withdrawn from his most recent school after a few days when he tried to scale a fence. The school later admitted they'd been unable to meet his needs, despite having taken account of his education, health and care plan. Now Joshua does most of his learning at the kitchen table with his mum.
We have our up days, don't we, on our down days. With demand avoidance, Joshua, I will give him a demand and he won't want to do it. And he can't help it. Can you, Joshua? Can you help it?
I think I cannot.
We do not believe the partnership provisions are suitable for this pupil, as his EHC states that Joshua finds it almost impossible to self-regulate and control his emotional responses.
Joshua has recently been refused a place at 4 schools in the Leeds area, offering specialist provision that were approached by the local authority. A 5th school in North Yorkshire, identified by the family, will assess him in early March. Leeds City Council say they are unable to comment on individual cases, but say they are committed to work in partnership with parents and in the best interests of children.
He doesn't belong anywhere, he doesn't fit in anywhere, and then that adds to his stress and his anxiety because he feels he's got nothing to look forward to.
The local authorities say they strive to help those with special education and disability needs and take the concerns of parents seriously. They say they endeavour to work with families and children to meet their aspirations and outcomes.
You start out by thinking, could they be a doctor, would they be a lawyer? And you sort of lower your expectations. It's hard to say what you do. And then you just end up hoping that they're going to be all right, yeah? That's all you hope. That's all you want. You want to be happy, healthy, and live a happy, normal life.
That really is quite an emotional trauma for the family, isn't it? Well, our health correspondent Jamie Coulson talking to the parents there. Well, we talked to Helen Evans from the PDA Society and we asked her how hard living with PDA can be and how common the problem is.
PDA stands for pathological demand avoidance, and all children will have times when they avoid everyday demands like putting your shoes on to go to school. But for PDA children, doing that actually, it triggers a sort of a threat response and anxiety, and it means they aren't able to do that. It's not a question of won't, it's they can't. And that's what PDA is. Sadly, it's far too common. From our work with PDA families, we know 7 in 10 children are in this position. And we believe firmly that there is scope to have PDA children within the education system if people are using PDA-friendly strategies to support those children. So that's something we believe is really needed, and there needs to be more awareness and more support, because every child should have that right to go to school if they want to.
Helen Evans there from the Pathological Avoidance Society. Thank you.